it's just so funny, like after all these years of me kind of fangirling over the All American Rejects, even my mom like knows, and she just said, "Moy, like your band's gonna be on TV." So, yeah, it was cool. It's cool to see that. And I got to see the performance obviously afterwards. Um, and I actually wanted to ask you. I'm honestly kind of blanking. So they played kind of like a mix of songs, right? And then they finished. They did all of Easy Come, Easy Go, right?
They played all of Move Along, I believe, or maybe like an abridged version where they didn't do the
Right.
I don't think they did like the second verse, and then they played a mix of Dirty Little Secret and Easy Come Easy Go. But I do think they
Did
played
they
like a
play Gives You Hell or no?
significant. No, they didn't actually. Maybe just because of the word hell. I don't know. But they
Oh,
didn't.
true,
They
true.
it did seem they played like a significant part of the Easy Come Easy Go, which was pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool to
I
see.
I honestly think they played the whole thing unless I made that up, but it was cool to see Easy Come Easy Go get like kind of the spotlight over like obviously they have their huge hits, so it was cool to see that even on like, New Year's they weren't afraid to play a new one, you know? So that's why I love this band. But yeah, I guess in terms of other I guess current events, I caught their podcast with the Bella Twins, which was really interesting. I don't know if and there are any other fellow rejects and wrestling fans, but it was pretty cool to see worlds colliding with the Bella Twins, who were obviously huge in WWE like back in the day, and Tyson Ritter. So that was really fun to see. And um, he actually, funny enough, surprised the Bella Twins because he came out with very very short hair, which I'm sure you've seen his new look now too, right?
Yeah, he also delved into the album and kind of gave us a window at least for Sandbox, and he said it would probably be out around sometime in May, which was cool. Finally get a little bit of a confirmation,
Yeah,
even though we don't have the confirmed day yet.
yeah, yeah. And I guess the first song for Sandbox came out on Tyson's birthday, right? Did I make
Yeah,
that up?
April. Yeah, so
Yeah, so we'll pretty much get the full album a year later, which honestly I kind of do like that they've been doing it this way because it kind of spreads out like I guess it was like a couple weeks or months between songs with like the first 4 or 5 that came out, right? Um and it was pretty cool to experience it like that because I've said it a million times, but I've never like experienced uh a new Rejects album until now. So it was really awesome. And I want to ask you, like, you kind of get to experience that with Kids in the Street. Was it kind of like that? Did they put out like a couple songs at a time, and then they finally dropped the whole thing? Was it like that?
well, it wasn't really like that in the same sense, but there was more like since they're kind of more independent now, I think that the approach is different. But obviously,
Yeah.
you had Beekeeper's Daughter was the lead single, but the first song I think that we got to
Hmm.
hear was actually Some Days Gone, and it wasn't technically a single, but it
Hmm.
got a music video and everything. So that was kind of them putting a song out. I do think that there was a few like maybe PR leaks because I remember hearing like Out the Door on Tumblr of all places. So I don't know how like that kind of stuff gets leaked unless it's like an internal type thing. So there was always like things like that or like lyrics getting leaked early that I think is similar in the ways. I just think that with this album, so many songs are already out. You just gotta hope that there's still more
Yeah.
content that's like left. Hopefully. I mean, Tyson's obviously really good writer. Nick's obviously his partner. They're gonna make some awesome songs. We just gotta see how many more I guess are gonna be left.
Yeah. Hopefully there are 50 songs on this new album. I'm kidding.
500.
Uh, yeah, honestly, that'd be ideal, but it's funny you say Out the Door was leaked on Tumblr. Like I feel like that song being leaked on Tumblr is just very fitting of like how I think about that song, which I love. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I guess talking about as we approach, well, I guess it's gonna be a while before the new album comes out. But yeah, like let's dive into the second half of, to me, still to this day, still my favorite album of all time. And I think it's pretty fitting that we're starting with the song Kids in the Street today.
The pinnacle.
Yeah, I'll let you start this one off.
Okay, yeah, I'll jump right in. I mean, obviously, we both love this album. We both think it's their best album. Obviously, it's a very underrated album. Just based on like, if I went on Discord numbers alone, there's like 6,000 Discord members. I think like 3,000 or more, or maybe like 4,000 are Move Along fans. And I think Kids in the Street probably has like 600 fans. So very underrated album, just in that kind of like small little, you know, small box that you can look at that from. But Kids in the Street, the title track, this song, honestly, I honestly appreciate this song even more live, which I really wanted to point out because I feel like the
Mhm.
album mix is kind of very laid back, but when you experience it live, it's just something else. It kind of like flows through you a little bit. It's kind of surreal. I'm glad that
Yeah.
this song is like a staple of a set list too, because honestly, I wrote a lot of this stuff about this song down a long time ago on Instagram, but I felt like at the time when I wrote this, which was probably 2 years ago, that they didn't play many Kids in the Street songs. Now, finally, they have been playing Fast and Slow and Some Days Gone, which is actually like incredible. I'm so happy that, especially Some Days Gone and Fast and Slow specifically, because they hadn't been played in years. Kids in the Street has always kind of been a
Yep.
staple, and I really appreciate that. I'm happy it stayed around, and I say this every song, but I really love the bridge. Lost in the darkness, I can still scream out. I just have this random video on Instagram of one of the shows I went to. It was on the Wet Hot All American Summer Tour, and I
Mhm.
just like had this timing where I went up and the lights came down, and on that bridge of that song, I just felt so cinematic, and the song is just so cinematic. It's such a nostalgic song. There's even like a line about like "Live and Die" by the 45, which actually like kind of brings back real
Yep.
memories and stuff like that. Just love it overall. It's the music video too. I mean, you could go on and on about this song, but I'm gonna let you go for a little bit.
Yeah, dude. As you were like talking about it, I thought of like so many things, like so many like memories around this song came back to me, which is, I think, it's pretty. Yeah, it sums up that song well. Like I feel pretty nostalgic with this song too, which is funny because like we've said it so many times. Like I feel like most people didn't really grow up on this album, but to me, like I kind of did. Like I went through high school pretty much listening to this album. And honestly, like when I first heard Kids in the Street, the song itself, like it wasn't my favorite at first. And like maybe it was just because it was a title track or something. I was just kind of giving it shit, but like I kind of grew to appreciate it so much more. Um and I think to your point, which I actually wanted to call out too, like this song live is just it's so different, man. Like you really feel like when the bridge drops and Tyson gets like the echo mic and like the spotlight comes down on him and uh he says
When
what
the
does he
world stood
say?
still.
Yeah, when he just kind of yeah, exactly. I'll burn both ends until both fires are out. Like just great lyrics in the song itself. I can think of like 5 different quotes from this song. And matter of fact, your Instagram is actually named after this song, When We Were Kids in the Street.
Yes, which honestly has nothing to do with the song. It just has to do with the album. I will be honest. Love the song, but yeah, I just wanted to point that
Yeah.
out. Just overall, love this album
Yeah.
more. I don't know why I just had to
Yeah,
point that
and,
out, but yeah.
I love the line, like, "We'll burn both ends until my fire's out," like, honestly, a pretty inspiring quote. I have that written down somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I love kinda the idea behind that. Yeah, I also loved when they used to play it live. They when I guess when the album was new, they would, like, turn off the lights, and they had, like, lights, like, neon lights on their
Oh yeah,
instruments, if you remember that. I thought that was
yeah.
pretty cool when they did that.
On the mic and
Yeah,
on
that was
the
cool.
guitars, yeah. Kind of
Yeah,
like in the
and then
music video.
Tyson has yeah, and Tyson has a flashlight on the end of his mic, which is awesome, and I've seen this song live at, I wanna say every Reject show that I've been to, except maybe the most recent one. I feel like recently it kind of stepped down from set lists, but, um, like I said, when I first, like, started listening to the song, like, I wasn't super duper into it, so when I was gonna hear it live for the first time at a concert, I was just like, "Oh, man," like, I'd rather hear a different song, but then I heard it live, and I think after hearing it live is when my appreciation for it, like, really kinda took off. it really just feels like you're being kinda, like, transported to, like like, a different, like, kind of I don't know, like, it's almost like it's sending you back to your childhood when you listen to
It
it.
does take you back.
I saw people during the bridge when it gets, like, quieter and it's like, the Mike and, Nick are doing, like, the backup vocals and they're going, "Ooh." I'm not a good singer, but that part, when it kinda mellows out right before Tyson comes in with the bridge, I saw someone at the Wet Hot Tour, like, crowd surfing during that specific part of the song, and just, like, the lights and the vibe of the song, and seeing someone crowd surf, it almost looked like they were picking up, like, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 when they're all, like, holding him. It was so cool, and it was just so cool to see, like, people crowd surfing to this song because I'd never seen that before, so I think and even at, when I saw them at Ocean's Calling, which was like a bigger festival. Um, they played Kids in the Street and they had like a smaller set. And I obviously at like a festival like that, there could be like more casual fans, but people still like got into Kids in the Street, even though it's obviously not one of their biggest songs, but people got into it, and that was really cool to see. So I think to
Yeah.
sum it up, this song is very powerful. So yeah.
Just to follow up on that real quick, it is their 38th most played song on Spotify. Do you believe? I
Mm.
believe this. I'm just gonna throw this out there. If it's not true or if it's true, you can fact check us. But I'll put you on the spot. But
Mm.
I'm gonna take it. I think this is the most played song live on this album.
Yeah, for sure. I think I agree with you on that.
Because I know you're right
I think maybe
100% about them dropping it off lately, but I think for a
Mhm.
while they did play it for a long time and they had kind of dropped off Beekeepers for a while. Now it's kind of like they're
Yeah,
bringing back
yeah,
Some Days and Fast and Slow. So it's kind of
yeah.
really it just didn't have a place on the Jonas Brothers tour. It seemed like I don't really know if they
Yeah,
played it
I
at
think
all.
so. No, yeah, and I wanna say in, like, the couple shows before it was not get like because they weren't really playing it, during the House Party tour, right?
Kids in the Street. I don't think they did,
That would be, like, a really cool song to hear at a
it
house
would be,
party, I
yeah,
feel like.
but I
Yeah,
don't think they
just a
did.
couple of kids in the street at a house party, yeah. Well, All American Rejects, if you guys have any crazy ideas, like if you want to play Kids in the Street at a house party in New York, like I'll be there. So,
Heck yeah. Well, we can
but
like
yeah, so
we
I
can
know.
we can bleed that into their mind.
Look at that, dude. Dude, you're always. I gotta give it to you, man. You're always on point with the transitions with the songs.
Well, I mean, I'll talk about this song real quick because kind of have a similar vibe to how you felt about Kids in the Street at first. I actually pre-ordered this album as you kind of talked about earlier, and this was the song on the album that I actually didn't like when the album came out. I just didn't. I don't know really. It has grown on me, obviously, but just when it first um, came out, it felt like the most weird. I don't know how to say it really, other than that. Weird reject song, the most weird reject song ever.
Mhm,
Just different
mhm.
mostly. But overall, I really like it now. I love the demos completely different too. The song is actually very trippy too in a weird way. But
Yeah.
I really like the whooshing or whipping sound,
Mhm.
that's throughout the song. Um, there's
Yeah.
also like most songs on this album, there's a big change up when you get about halfway or like
Mhm.
like 3/4 through the song. And then I love when he starts saying, you're still hungry for the truth. And there's a lot of really, really good backing vocals in there. But also, I really just think this is probably their most trippy song. This and maybe the Poison, which is a deep cut. If anyone knows that song, those two are probably their most trippy songs. Um, whatever it is, this song definitely bleeds into your mind.
Yeah, I think Bleeding to Your Mind is so like I think of maybe like a casual fan like discovering the All American Rejects, or I think of like people who think All American Rejects think of like Dirty Little Secret, Move Along, Gives You Hell. I would love to play this song to someone who has only heard those All American Rejects songs, and they would probably be so confused and be like, "What?" But I just think this song is such a testament to like the range that the All American Rejects have. Um,
It's really short
like
too.
I can't, I yeah, I can't think of any song that like, I can't think of any band with any song that is similar to this. I just can't. And I think it's so unique. I think unique is, like, the word for this song.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think this song is kinda trippy and out the door, like, I feel like they were really experimenting with sounds. Like, you think of how the 2 albums before it, Move Along and When the World Comes Down, were, like, they kinda had a I feel like a theme of, like, kind of similar sounding songs, and then Bleed Into Your Mind is just so different, man. Um, I think maybe I like it, like, when I was in college, you know, and I was a little baked, like, this song was, like, perfect for me. I guess that plays into it being a little trippy.
What does it mean?
The What does it mean? I don't know, dude. I really don't.
Just like seeping into
Uh,
someone's mind, like
yeah,
literally.
almost like, yeah. "You'll never forgive me, I cannot forget you. I feel you full of little lies, you're still hungry for the truth.
What's it
I
say?
know
Like
we've
these
got
paper
problems."
cut hands need to stop and all that. It's like really.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, I think a lot of the songs on this album, like, I don't really some of them I can't really tell, like, what they're saying, and I think I like that even more about it. Uh, this is it's I guess I wouldn't even call it a guitar solo, right? The part before the bridge?
It's it's like something. It's like maybe I think guitars, but it's with like effects pedals or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that part of the song. It's so, like, quirky and weird, and I have seen, like, a couple videos of it live, very, like, poor audio quality because it was, like, 2012, and, um, they didn't really play it at, like, shows that were, like, professionally recorded, I guess. They were, like, there's not many videos of this song out there, but it sounds so dope live. Like, there's, like, an echo in the part, where Tyson the bridge, which is, of course, obviously always my favorite part, and it just sounds so trippy and awesome, so I think this is a very, very underrated song. I can see why people, like, wouldn't like it, just because it is a little weird and different, but I freaking love this song, man. I think everyone should definitely give it a listen. See if it bleeds into your mind.
It's actually their. If you throw out some of their newer songs and if you throw out their newer songs and any songs that weren't on the album, it's actually their least played song on Spotify.
Wow, really? This, Bleed Into Your Mind is the least played?
Yes, but there's like a new song, Eggshell Tap Dancer, Demon, Search Party. They're all a little bit lower, but they're
Right,
newer, obviously.
right.
But this one's their 59th. It's behind Affection and Gonzo, but I mean, so it's right there. But it has 2 million plays. I mean, it's not like it's sleeping. It's just a deep cut, like you
Mhm.
said. It's a really good song. It's very unique, like you said. Obviously, it's just yeah. I can see why I didn't like it when it first came out, but it grew on me. I just really like the part where he's like, um, what's he say? I fill you full of little lies. You're still hungry for the truth. That's just I really like that
Yep,
part.
yep.
But I mean, we can get into this next song.
Yeah, and this is
Um,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
dude, it would be an honor to hear the legendary Gonzo talk about Gonzo.
Well, I mean, really, I'm not gonna like babble on because it's just this song is just really good in my opinion. It's more nostalgic reasons and just fitting of a decent username, so I picked it. But I'll just kind of read what I wrote first, and then maybe I'll talk more. Just um, ad lib about it. But this song, has been described. I think Nick had a podcast he was on, and he described this song specifically as it might have been Tyson or Nick. I don't remember. Maybe you remember. They described it though as an autobiography about the band's own journey. Actually,
Yep.
they basically said that people would box them in, saying they're pop punk. So the lyrics, we can't be different because they're all the same. Talks about them being compared to other bands that they were never similar to, being put in a box and being told that you have to be like this, but they wanted to do their own thing, not just what was popular. And one of my main reasons really for loving this song is mostly the nostalgic reasons. Um, I used to listen to this also in high school, and I played baseball, and every time we would go on an away game, we would ride the school bus, and I would always listen to this song kind of like right before we got off the bus, and it would kind of just it wasn't really like one of those songs, a lot of people would be listening to trying to think of some songs people would have been listening to back then, probably like Disturbed, like Inside the Fire. some crazy stuff
Yeah.
like that, or Linkin Park for sure. But this song kind of just put me like in a zen mood, which kind of just made me
Yeah.
more like, I don't know, I didn't want to be like overly angry, I just wanted to be zen. Um, I wrote down that this song was actually on a Grammy nominated soundtrack, but I tried to look up to fact check that. I know it's true, but I can't find anything to back it up. I don't think the song itself was nominated. I think like there was a movie, the soundtrack for the movie was nominated, so it counted kind of. Um, I really like
Oh wow,
the
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I really like the so I guess I wrote down day after day in the light, we're glowing in the dark. Kind of indicates the contrast of the band's public image and their personal struggles, kind of trying to be, just what they want to be versus what they're expected to be. I really like the lyrics about it says, what does it say? We shoot for the stars, but we aim at the trees. I just always really resonated that line because it's like you're always shooting for more, but sometimes your like outlook on life or your side isn't far enough, I guess, for what you can actually reach in your dreams. I don't know. It's kind of like a very deep testament, I think, in those lyrics there. Really, overall, this song is unique because there's not really a chorus in a way. There is obviously like the day after day in the light, but it
Mhm.
doesn't really repeat like a normal song. Overall, just I really like it, running away, running away. We can't be different because they're all the same. Everything, everything about this song, the beat of the drum, the face in the crowd. I can really see why it felt like a personal song to them. I really would have loved to see them do some kind of actual autobiography like type of music video to this. But
Yeah, that would be awesome. And oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say that's really it. I mean, really, it's kind of a song that doesn't really come up and play often as you may expect because it's my favorite song, but it's like 5 6 minute song. So, but I really like how the bass guitar comes in. I mean, at the intro, and there's like a live video where him and Matt Rubano obviously do the parts. It's really cool. Great song
Mhm.
overall.
Yeah, dude. I think I think great song is an understatement. Like it's so funny that we kind of both had the same experience with this song. Like I would go to away soccer games and I'd have my like wired headphones as we had back in the day before there was AirPods and stuff. And I like everyone on my bus was, I guess, since it's soccer, like, guys definitely try to like hype up a lot. Um, and a lot of the guys on my team were like, I guess, Hispanic. And I mean, I'll just say there wasn't that many white kids on the team. So everybody was like listening to rap and stuff and like pump up music. And it just wasn't my vibe. I was over here, the only kid on the bus listening to Gonzo by the All American Rejects. Like, I guess that's I guess that's what the target audience for the All American Rejects is like anyways, rejects are just fucking guys who don't listen to like rap before sports like but yeah, like dude, there are so many quotable lyrics in this song to me. Matter of fact, I've said this a couple times, I'm sure, but I actually used the line from this song in my high school yearbook. It was we bought the ticket so we'll take the ride. And as I like look at the lyrics of the song, I could think of like 10 other quotes from this song that I would have gladly put as my like yearbook quote. I love how it starts, obviously, like the beat of the drum facing the crowd, like you said. I love the aim at the trees line. Like, yeah, I think like to your point, it's like you aim to be something huge, and then sometimes like you just end up in the trees, man. Like, some sometimes we don't make it that far, but it's fine. um, for some, it's a god. For me, it's a fact. We make a mistake, try to take them all back out of the grind and into the grave. And honestly, like if I was just looking at these song lyrics, and I didn't know like the context that they said it was like an autobiography, I would have no idea what this song is about. Honestly, um, like, I don't like, do you? Like, I guess it's just kinda saying, like, it feels like a journey, man. This whole song just feels like such a journey when you listen to it.
I think it's pretty much just about
Um,
their journey in general through the scene of
yeah.
their highs and their lows. Basically, it's really a unique song. I can't even remember how I felt when I first heard it because even the name is different. I think if you look up the name though, it's kind of like about this person who did like gonzo journalism or something where it's like they become the person that they're researching basically or something. That really does kind of seem like a Tyson thing too. So,
Uh,
but yeah, the
yeah.
song you really wouldn't know, I guess, really what it's about. It's really obviously just kind of about a journey. It seems like with the like you said with your yearbook line, we bought the tickets, so we'll take the ride. I really do think the out of the grind and then into the grave is pretty deep too. It's crazy.
I also love Only When You Look Forward Could You See Behind, like
Yeah.
just banger after banger quotes in this song. Uh I just feel like I would love if a song like this like came out today and like I would love to see the reception that it gets because it is I feel like just bands in this genre aren't making songs like this. Like I haven't found another band where I'm listening to one of their songs and I'm like, man, I just went on a journey. Like
Yeah, that
I
is how it
can,
feels.
yeah. So but yeah, what an incredible song. It has been played live like way back in the day during the 2012, during the Kids in the Street tour. There was like some later videos I saw, maybe like the last one I saw was like 2015. They played it. And I guess people who hear it live probably like maybe aren't super familiar with it, but it would be awesome to hear this song live one day. It'd be
Yeah.
just from the bass to like how um,
They
and
did
it
rehearse it.
also like, yeah, they did, and that was freaking cool to see. I remember being on Instagram Live a couple months back. I mean, actually, no, this was probably a year back now, and they were doing a sound check before I was going to the show in PA. And Tyson was reading the comments, and I was just like, "Please play Gonzo tonight." And then he just hit like a quick little riff on the bass from Gonzo. It was. I wish I screen recorded. It was so awesome. Um, but yeah, this song live is incredible. It's also like we talk about the song being a journey. Like I think about how it starts like super mellow with the bass, and it ends like super upbeat. Like Tyson's like kind of screaming, "We bought the ticket, so we'll take the ride," and then everything just like comes down after that. It's a song of like such highs and lows, and I think it's perfect song to be the autobiography of the All American Rejects.
Sure. Well said. It's really just honestly, in my opinion, it's their best song. But we can go ahead and get into this next song, which is really, I think that the only complaints I ever really remember were that people always thought that this song had back to back like ballads here. Gonzo's not really a ballad, but it's kind of a big thematic song, you know. So then you get in here to Affection, which really this song kind of pops up in a lot of fan favorites that I personally think I've talked to. And I can't really blame them. You know, this is a
Nice.
really good song. Um, I keep saying that this song is pretty much just underrated overall, but this whole album, is underrated. Um, this is another kind of song that really builds and then kind of opens up really, really big in the last half. Um,
Yeah.
kind of propels the song into an epic category. They actually opened with this song a couple times on the tour with Blink 182. Um, I
Yep.
really like the lines, "You don't think I see you, but I see right through you." It's really obviously the song's about affection, and it literally is about affection, but there's really just some, really good lines in the song as well. "I don't believe in good goodbyes because even when the roses die, there's still some thorns left in your side." I like it's like a funeral for the bride. Could go on and on, but this song is really not necessarily a journey like Gonzo, but it's almost like something that would be what do you call it? Like it's orchestra, you know what I mean? Like it starts slow and then it builds. And obviously, like we've been talking about the songs being played live, and not really any of these songs have been on set lists other than Kids in the Street in a long time. But this song I could really see being cool to see again, kind of in place of a few of the other ballads, maybe if they wanted to switch it up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, imagine this at the end of a show. Like, oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be freaking cool. I think you're right. There's some awesome lines in this song. Like, and it starts off like I guess those are like violins at the beginning. You think? Um, yeah, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Off the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but just the way it starts is so cool and like again, I was listening to this song for the first time when I was in ninth grade. That was dude, I think that must be ninth grade. That's 12 years ago. So and the fact that I still listen to it is I think a testament to how good it is. Um like ninth grade me loved this song. 25-year-old me now loves this song. And my what's funny when I listened to it with my girlfriend for the first time, she was like, "This song is really sweet." And I was like, she's like, "It's about affection." And I was like, "Well, it's actually like about somebody who's not really getting affection." And she's like, "Wait, really?" I was like, "Yeah, like it's really sad." And she's like, "Oh, I thought it was like a sweet love song." I was like, "No, it's actually kind of like they're kind of it feels like I guess they're like if I guess Tyson was in a time of his life where he didn't feel like he was getting affection, but there are some awesome lines in this song. Uh, let's see. I know candy girls, they just rot your teeth. I've always been such a sucker for sweets. I love the roses die, thorns in your side line.
Even fools
The
will believe in
the
lies.
opener, yeah, man. And I think it's so funny that they were opening show Blink 182 shows with this song. I don't think Blink 182 fans were probably too happy about that, but I would have loved to see that. And I remember watching a clip when the All American Rejects did like the tour vlogs back in 2012, where they're kind of debating playing the Affection to start a show. Um, and Nick goes, not just playing Affection, starting the show with Affection. Uh, uh,
In perfect
and
Nick fashion.
yeah, I guess it's like yeah, right. And they did end up playing it first, and then it was a transition from Affection to Dirty Little Secret. What a great transition! Like, um, super cinematic, like you said, and like another song that like I just don't think like casual All American Rejects fans are aware of, and they might not like it because it's not what they think the All American Rejects should sound like, but Tyson Ritter and Nick Wheeler know how to put emotion into songs, man. And this is a very, very emotional song. Always has been for me. And then actually I wanted to call out too, they in that same video where they start rehearsing Affection, they play like a little mini acoustic version that you see. Dude, it sounded awesome. An acoustic version of Affection would be really dope to hear in full. That'd be awesome.
It's a very well crafted song overall, which takes us into the last song on the album, but we will be talking about a couple more after that. But this is a true ballad, I guess you could say, an acoustic song, which sometimes gets substituted out live for um, Mona Lisa and There's a Place. But I'm not sure if I've heard Ivory. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think I have. I think it's the one I haven't. But this song was actually heard before the album came out. I don't know if well, you became a fan after, so you don't remember that. But that's
Yeah.
something that was cool when this album came out. Is they played it live. I think they played it on. I want to say they played it on the DJ Ross Star show, but that I could be misremembering that completely because it's the same show where
Oh, I think I know. Yeah.
they played a couple other songs on there though. Like they played
Well, yeah, they played
The Wind Blows
the
because
wind
the
blows.
guy hated it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah,
That
I
might have
remember
not
that.
been the show, but they definitely played "I for You." It was like one of the first songs they teased, other than like "Some Days Gone." Obviously, was already out. But anyway, the song's very stripped back. I really like that the song isn't like you can it. This song's a demo, basically. You can kind of tell, like I
Yeah,
like how you can hear the pages turning. Um, I really love the AOL Sessions version of this song. It's really, really good. It's like black and white too, I think.
yeah.
Um, every ballad,
Mhm.
every album that has been released, has had a ballad on it, and this is the one for this album. The song hasn't been played live, I don't think, in a while, has it? I think it did get played at like the meet and greets, kind of, didn't it? Sometimes, I believe.
Yeah, it was being played at I was lucky enough to catch it at a meet and greet, during the Wet Hot Tour, so I do think they were playing it there exclusively, I guess. But I definitely have not seen it live at a concert in a long time.
But yeah, I appreciate that they're keeping it alive through that. I really like the rawness just of Tyson's
Yeah.
voice in this song. You don't have to like throw the effects and auto tune and all that, and you don't have to distort, like pure emotion that he's expressing. It's kind of a interesting album closer. Which I mean, if you compare it to what are the other album closers, the Wind Blows, Can't Take It,
Can't take it.
and the last song, but it's kind of a song that just kind of lets you breathe, at the end, which I kind of appreciate, which we'll get into the next two songs that aren't official album songs. But what's your thoughts on I For You?
Yeah, man. Really well said. I would love, like you said, like if they were considering swaps, like I would love to hear "I for You" during a show over like Mona Lisa here and there. I think that'd be awesome. And I, dude, just hearing it live was so dope because I had kind of forgotten about the song for a bit, but it made me like really start digging it again. And I love the AOL version. Um, I think about that one actually a lot when I think about this song, but also just like great quotes in this song. Say the words I cannot say them on another day. Nobody's gonna try for you, nobody's gonna do like I for you. Like, um, you're a sinner, but the devil even turned you down. Like, man, how do they come up with this stuff? This is just great lyricism. Your feather lips, you fly away. I hope they come back down someday. And then to end the song, somebody like me, I'd die for you. Like this is clearly like true love. I think I mean you play the guitar, dude. If you ever find I think you should play this song for a girl, dude. That'd be awesome. I wish I could play this.
Yeah, it is a
I
good,
think
it's a good little love song.
yeah, it is a great love song, yeah. I want to say this is I think of like straight up love songs from the All American Rejects. Like some of them are like kind of love songs, like hiding behind like guitar solos and stuff. But this is like a straight up like I love you song, and I think
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's pretty dope. It's funny to I look at the back half of this album. You've got Gonzo, which is like an emotional journey of a song, Affection, which like I've cried to, and then I for You, which is like again just so emotion packed. Like the first half of this album was definitely more kind of upbeat, and the end of the album is definitely more mellow, but in like the best way possible. So I think this was a great album closer, and I think there are some really awesome demos hidden behind these too.
Yes. Do we want to jump straight into the song that I'm pretty sure we both love, "Drown Next to Me"?
Let's do it, man. Take it
Which
away.
I believe this song is an official song. It's just kind of like a bonus song. Really, I think that a lot of people consider this song to be one of the best songs by the All American Rejects. I've heard quite a few people say that. Um,
Mm.
it's a very thematic song as well. Um, to go along with being thematic, it's kind of haunting in a weird way. Um, we'll tell each other lies that I know we'll
Yeah.
both believe. Honestly, this song, I really wouldn't disagree with people that say that it's one of their best songs. This album, as a whole, hits a lot of highs and lows thematically, emotionally, in ways that I don't really think many people would expect, from the band that made, Dirty Little Secret. Not saying that anything against it. It's just like you said earlier, a lot of those songs, kind of mushed together at certain points where this song was very vast. Its album, I mean, was very vast in its themes and emotional points, musically, especially matching the tone of the songs that Tyson wrote. So credit to Nick, credit to Tyson. I mean, obviously for crafting these songs, and Mike and Chris for everything. Obviously, sadly, this album and ultimately the song is slept on from the masses, but this really truly sets as a true gem in the All American Rejects catalog. I really like the ending, the fading out. It's kind of perfect. Really,
Yeah.
this song honestly just belongs on a soundtrack somewhere.
Absolutely, man. I think it was cool to see this song actually like referenced even a little bit. I think this most maybe it was last year or the year before. On the All American Rejects Instagram account when they made Tyson's like birthday post, they had this song playing, which I think is so fitting because um dude, this song is like it just captures again like the emotions and like the expression that Tyson and the band are able to convey in a song. So it was so cool to even see them acknowledge the song or use it for like Instagram. But there's some awesome again like the lyricism in this album is just incredible. You love me like a car wreck wrapped around the tree. Walk in the water, I can hardly breathe. And then when the song picks up at the end, it's so dope, dude. Like, I feel like if they had just cut this song, it could have been like such a mellow song and like been like an "I for You" vibe, but it turns into like this heavy hitting, like fast, like yelling. It's so cool to just see two different sides of like two different emotions like in one song, like mellow and then just like kind of explosive, like just kind of getting it all out. So it's so cool. I love the end, like you said, where it mellows out, and it literally feels like you're drowning almost. Like
Mhm.
if you see someone like drowning in like a show or a movie or something, and like you can kind of see like the sparkles from like the sunlight when that happens. I feel like that's w- like this song should play during something like that.
Yeah.
The ending part, I really just feel like I'm drowning, and like I could see like stars or something through the water, and it's like you hear like twinkles and like weird sounds at the end of the song, and I I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like one of the most awesome things to do when I was in college was turn off the lights in my room, just get baked and play the last 2 minutes of this song, and just like listen to the just like vibe out to like these weird noises, and like it was honestly like kind of relaxing and stuff. But yeah, what an incredible
It's
song.
another
Dive
long
down,
song
this
too,
world is
yeah.
dry. It is long. Yeah, I would love if we got some really long AAR songs on this new album, kind of like
Yeah.
this or Gonzo or Affection. That'd be lovely. That'd be great.
I agree.
um Definitely I've never ever heard this song live. I don't think anyone ever has or will.
Yeah, sadly.
But yeah, and then we've got one more a kind of more upbeat demo. We have one of my favorite songs, which for those of you listening, I specifically requested to Caleb that I really wanted to get this other song into this episode as well, just because I love "Do Me Right" by the All American Rejects. It sucks to me that it's a demo, but like because I would love for it to be more of like an actual AR song instead of like a hidden gem. But I guess probably I might be one of the only people that feels this way about this song because it's so rare and like different kind of sounding. But I love "Do Me Right." I'll let you give me your thoughts on it before I ramble about this one too.
Well, I actually listened to it obviously to prepare a little bit, but I actually think I'm with you. Like,
Mm.
I wish this was more than a demo because it really has a lot of like potential. It's really kind of poppy in a way. I really like it just from the start. You know, I like the lyrics that Tyson wrote. I paint the moon, you draw the stars. As many deep cuts as they have officially, you know, they equally have as many amazing demos. Um, I would love to see this song completed. This, you know, here I sit. I really love the part where it says, "We'll go dance out in the lightning, you and I." And then I
Yeah,
love the part at the end where he's kind of, I think he's saying, "Be honest to me," and then he's like, "Just be good to me." But when I was looking at the lyrics on
yeah.
Spotify, it said something completely different, so I could be wrong. But it sounds like that's what he's saying. I
I
really
think
love
it's
that part.
I think maybe it's "Give Goodness to Me." I don't
That's
know.
what Spotify says, but I always thought he was saying, "Be honest to me."
I have no idea.
I like the
I could be
world's got
wrong.
teeth, just let it bite.
Yeah. I've made a lot of art to All American Reject songs, and I think in this back half of the album alone, like I've definitely drawn something for "I For You," "Affection," and "Do Me Right." I made this one drawing, the same line that you mentioned, well, we'll go dance out in the lightning. I'll pick you off the floor. We'll go dance out in the lighting. I love that line. I think it's like a very comforting song. Like you fall out of your cloudy, darkened skies. You know, obviously someone's like in distress or sad. I'll pick you off the dance out in the lightning. Like just kind of like releasing emotion and dancing in the lightning. Like it makes me want to go like dance in the lightning
Yeah, that's a good way to put it,
with my
actually.
girlfriend. Sleep. um, but again, like, yeah, right? I've also drawn the part that says, "I paint the moon, you draw the stars." Like, we can do anything that you want. Kind of a love song too, I wanna say. And then another line that I love is, "Ever since the day I've met you, you've been stronger than me." I guess but yeah, like, to your point, my favorite part of the song is also the bridge. "Give goodness to me," or whatever it says, "Just be good to me." And then it says, like, something like that. I love the sounds on this. Kind of gives me like not similar to Bleed Into Your Mind, but like I guess I felt like they were experimenting a little with sounds on this one too, and I really dig that. Um, I think it's an underrated banger. I think it gets lost in the big hits and especially being on I guess like the least listened to album being at the dead end as a demo. It definitely isn't super popular, but I think the lyrics and just like the feelings around the song have always been like good. I actually like every new year, at the start of the new year, I listen to this song first as of recently, just because I hope that the year does me right. So kind of corny, but this song definitely holds a special place in my heart.
That's cool, actually. I like that. That is a really good song, and I think like a full
Uh,
version of the song would be a really good, like kind of like pop rock type of song. It does have like that interesting. I don't know I would call it like a mini piano. I have no clue what it is. The intro that I really thought was cool too.
yeah, dude, yeah. And honestly, like when I listen to it, it I know it's a demo, but if they had just put that out as like a song, like I wouldn't think it was a demo at all. It sounds great to me. Like I hear like the Bleed Into Your Mind demo and the Sunday's Gone demo, and like I hear those and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a demo. But when I listen to Do Me Right, I don't even think about it as a demo. Like it sounds like just it sounds awesome to me. So it's
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty much all
I
there.
love this. Yeah. But it would be cool to see a version like what you're saying. That'd be awesome. If you're listening, Tyson, please like acknowledge the existence of Do Me Right.
Yes, please. But I mean, overall, this is the end
Yeah,
of
but
our reviews of this album. So we kind of need to cap it off and maybe talk a little bit more about the album as a whole, real quick. So I don't know. What do you think?
yeah, dude, yeah, it's well, first of all, it's been quite the crazy journey we've had with all these albums, honestly, and it is pretty awesome to be ending on Kids in the Street. It's very fitting, in my opinion, to be the fourth and for a long time the last All American Rejects album. It was I was always really really sad about not having new music being late to the game in terms of being an All American Rejects fan, but even still, like even though I had to go like 10 years without like a full album and a couple EPs here and there, like if this was the last All American Rejects album, like it would make me really sad, but it'd be okay because I think just every song as a whole feels like a different story. I feel like I've had different stories associated to every song or just like things that I think about like growing up, going through high school and college. And I feel like I discovered every song on this album at the same time. I heard them all at first, and there was some that I didn't like at first that I love now, and vice versa. But I feel like every year, like since I've discovered this album, I've kind of like re-fallen in love with a different song from the album, and I think maybe part of it is nostalgia, but also a big part of it is just like, I really felt like I grew up with this album, and it's impossible to describe it with one word or one sentence. I think this is like the pinnacle of All American Rejects, or it was the pinnacle of them for like a time. Like I feel like this was the first time they truly expressed like the actual like emotions that they had, aside from just like not cheesy, but like like I guess like love songs. And I think it came at a time where the band was kind of like going through like an identity kind of crisis, I want to say, where like they were put into these like you're a pop punk band or you're a pop rock band, and I don't think this album fits into any genre, and I think that's why it's so special. I think I kind of relate to it a lot, but um everything that I associate with this album, like from the music videos to seeing these songs live um to watching like the tour vlogs when they used to do them. I love everything about this album, and it I'm glad I get to listen to Kids in the Street by the All American Rejects in this lifetime, man. I'm getting a little too emotional, but I feel like this album gets it out of me. So yeah, I definitely rambled, so I'll shut up now.
No, I mean you hit it straight on the nail, man, because this is just such a nostalgic album. I mean, even apart from just feelings that come back to me when I think about this album and the time of my life, which was kind of just like that, integral part of your life when you're growing up, high school and all that. I mean, obviously, looking back, it doesn't, most of it's just small little things, but it's still such a big growing portion of your life. So having this album kind of growing into this album, still listening to this album 10, 14, almost 15, years later, which is crazy. But this album really has since, writings of nostalgia and growing into yourself. And it just, you can tell like the Rejects were definitely finding themselves throughout the years after Move Along. When the World Comes Down, I feel like was really the beginning of that. This album, I agree with you. They kind of found what they wanted to do and they did it, and there's nothing really comparable to it. Overall, I still love this album to this day. It's no longer their final album, which it was always a fitting final album, but Sandbox will be here soon in May. I mean, hopefully we can do an episode of more demos before then, and then we will obviously review Sandbox, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna just kind of like swing around and maybe do podcasts with some fans and stuff. We'll figure it out, guys. I mean, Kids in the Street, obviously, it just holds a special place in my heart for so many reasons. I'm just gonna go ahead and say my top 3 songs on the album: Gonzo, Fast and Slow, and Some Days Gone.
Good choices, great choices. You beat me to it because I was gonna put you on the spot and ask you to rank them. You've caught on to my tricks now, but dude, if I had to do a top three, man, oh god, I don't even know. I have top five on it, but so hard for me to pick a favorite one on the album because at a different point in my life, I've had like different songs from this album be my favorite song. So it's so hard to pick. Like there was a time in my life where Gonzo was my favorite song ever. Affection was my favorite song ever. Out the door, Some Days Gone. So it's crazy to me that I feel like there are some albums in general, like from this band or just from other bands, that I'm like, this is my favorite song on that album. Like, I love this album, but this song, like, I love this album. I feel that way about pretty much every single one of them, honestly, except for maybe like Walk Over Me. But so if I had to pick a top 3 or 5, I would, I think Some Days Gone is number 1. I will say I think that is number 1, but Out the Door is up there, Affection is up there. I love Heartbeat Slowing Down. Beekeeper's Daughter was my favorite song like 3 years ago. Dude, I can't do it. I can't do
It's a lot of good songs.
it. Gonzo is up there.
I will say
Yeah,
a
so I
random, like, little testament to the song "Kids in the Street." I have a friend who he's like a casual All American Rejects fan, but he's not like that deep into their catalog, but he actually really loves the song "Kids in the Street."
Yeah, and, yeah, I've played it around, like, friends and stuff, and they actually kinda dig it, which is cool to see, like, I feel like, actually, funny enough, when I saw the All American Rejects in 2022, like, right after COVID, it was, like, one of their first shows back, and they played Kids in the Street, and it felt so fitting for, like, mm I brought a joint with me to the concert, transparently, and, once it got to the part where it mellows out and Tyson starts singing like the bridge, I whipped out the joint with and I was with my boy and I was like, dude, this is the perfect time. Like, let's do it right now. Like, I would love to be baked during this part. It just felt so fitting, like being a kid in the street, like a dumb decision like that. And my friend like completely like greened out. It was terrible. It was so bad. So I was trying to like enjoy the end of Kids in the Street, but I also had to hold him up and he was just completely out, man. It was
Oh,
bad. And then
no.
he came back during Gives You Hell though, so we were good. But
Oh
I
gosh.
think that like being like one of my later memories associated with this album is so funny because I have memories I guess associated to this album of me being in like high school, then college. So like that was it was cool to still like be able to make memories around this album. Because like I said, I've like grown up with it and even still like this is an album that I will definitely carry into the rest of my life. Will never fall off. The only album I have on vinyl, so yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, and it also seems like an album the band actually likes too, but I will say the one disappointing thing about this album in my like kind of mind is that love the album. The band actually does seem like they love the album, but it also seems like it's weird they like the album that destroyed the band at the same time. Like there's stories now about how Tyson and Nick like were in like Mississippi and they were touring this album and they were like, I don't want to do this anymore. So it's like I don't know like the whole
Ah,
history of that or if it's just
yeah.
because they toured for 20 years straight or 12 years, 15 years straight or whatever. But either way, love this album. I think that the band I love that the what I should say is I love that the band kind of seems like it's kind of gotten a resurgence and is more recognized
Yeah.
now. There's a lot of people that come around on even on like pop punkers every once in a while I'll see people be like, "Yeah, I slept on that album." Or
Yep.
they'll be
Yep.
like, "I don't like what they're doing now, but I did like Kids in the Street." I'm like, "You never said that until now."
Yeah. I think it just like I think this album was like born in the wrong era. Like if this
Yeah.
album came out today, I think it would be incredible, but I think that's just, and I think a big part of the reason, I don't want to speak for the band, but I feel like they poured so much emotion into this album and it was the first time like they were truly themselves. So I guess like to see that it wasn't like as well received as like their big hits, like I guess that had to be pretty frustrating, and like I guess they played it live and like maybe they didn't at that time, like, I guess the fans were like in love with the hits and stuff. So when they heard like this different sound of them, like I feel like maybe the fan base back then wasn't ready for it, or it just wasn't their idea of, like what the All American Rejects should be. But it is like you said, it's really nice to see that the band is like kind of hearing the love for it because I think it is so deserved. I feel bummed out every time I hear them like saying that this album sucked or like saying that like nobody listened to it because I listened to it, man. And this album got me through a lot. Like I think this album for me did what like Move Along the song did for a lot of other people, like just emotionally. So yeah, like I will say before on every Instagram live that they have, and I'll say it again, justice for Kids in the Street, man.
Yes.
I love this album.
100%. Wow, I mean
But
that's
yeah, I mean, that's I guess that's it. That's we've gone through every album. You know, we've got some demos to go through for sure, but I guess in until we have the new album, this would be the last album review we do together. So I guess but you know, obviously we'll come up with, you know, ideas for maybe trivia with other of our fellow members of the AA Army. I think trivia would be fun, like head-to-head song battles with you know, maybe hearing some fan stories of the, you know, the couple fans that we have. Maybe they can share their journeys with the All American Rejects, how they discovered them, you know, what songs they like. I think that'd be awesome to do. But um I guess we started this 2024, right? End of 2024, the podcast,
Yeah, it's
or before that.
been a while.
And yeah, we got yeah, we got through all the albums, man. I before we transition into kind of like, you know, letting other fans, you know, give their story too, I've said it before and I've gotten cheesy before, but I got to thank you for always you know, getting this together, and I'm glad that I've had a place to be able to nerd out about the All American Rejects. So I think Kids in the Street is getting me a little emotional. Save me here, Caleb.
Well, I appreciate you joining, and we're gonna keep the podcast, rolling, guys. Like we're gonna be doing demos, we're gonna have people on, so it's not going anywhere. Sandbox is gonna come out. This is a very
Yep.
great album that we have
Yep.
looked forward to, I think, for the last 2 years. I mean, as soon as we decided to do this podcast, I think we probably even texted each other and said, "I can't wait for Kids in the Street." And here we are. I hope it was. I hope
Yeah.
we said
Right.
everything we wanted to say. I know that I probably missed so much stuff. I appreciate you joining. I mean,
Yeah.
we're two fan pages that are around, so appreciate that anyone that follows us there, follows us here. Obviously, we love AAR. You guys do too. We all have that in common. We're gonna have some fun things coming up for sure. We're gonna think of some things. We will use our brains. We'll try.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep it fresh. We'll keep it fresh. But yeah, I mean, until then, like, it's gonna be awesome to see what the All American Rejects do in 2026. I can't believe that a new All American Rejects album is coming out in 2026. That's just still, after all these years, crazy for me to think about. So um we're excited for that, and excited to keep keep making more episodes, man. Yeah. I I got nothing else to say. I feel like I forgot a ton of things about this album too, and
Yeah.
I'm really mad about it because I know I'm gonna remember after. But um, yeah, Kids in the Street, my favorite album ever. So
Part
I have
two
nothing
coming
left to
soon.
say.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. 2026 Sandbox coming soon. Live shows coming soon. We'll see. We'll see you soon, I guess. Thank you, guys.